How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
What's up, my friends? I was trying to sing along and do a thing. And
it was good.
Nah.
It was good. No,
let's just stop this and start all over again.
We should record it with you doing it.
Oh, no.
Can we record the vocal?
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Tatsuo! I needed that. It's been so long.
My favorite part is you
the wind up.
You backed away from the mic, so it's not straight up.
It's good.
On the mic.
I got good mic skills.
Yeah.
I know how to rock a mic like a vandal.
We got quality mics now. Thanks, patrons.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, guys. We're going to talk about Conan the Destroyer today, and you guys can tell me the ending, because Amy went night-night.
It ends about how you expected it to.
Okay, cool. And then Freddy's going to review a movie called Dead Body.
Amy, the end, Conan snapped his fingers, and,
ooh.
You know, a lot of people died. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Damn it, Andy.
I don't understand.
It's okay, you don't need to. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers listening. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, yeah. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Motherfuckers Day.
Happy Motherfuckers Day. Let's go around the room and I'll introduce you to all the fellas in the room that came from mothers.
Nice Lovecraft reference there, Mikey B.
Hey, my pleasure.
Let's fist. Let's fist.
We're going to start with Andy.
Hi, my mama dead. I gotta say that every Mother's Day.
That's tradition. Nice.
My mama dead.
Mikey B.
I have a mother.
You do?
Just call me Mother.
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 Kelly.
Oh, yeah, my mom's dead too.
Oh!
But the silver lining is that she was Jehovah's Witness, so she didn't celebrate Mother's Day anyway. So today would have been just clear either way.
So
even if she was
happy
alive.
Sunday, Lois.
Kelly was available regardless.
That's right.
So they even celebrate Hallmark holidays like that?
No, nothing.
Especially not Hallmark.
I can side with that.
What about Arbor Day?
Nope. That's nature worship.
Oh my gosh. Jehovah's Witnesses are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie.
Hi, y'all. My mom is next door.
She sure is.
Yes, she is.
She's a treasure.
She is a
treasure.
She is a treasure.
She's a good time. Mm-hmm. And my name's Amy, and my mom's alive and well-ish, I think. Mom, you're good, right?
For you.
Yeah, she walked a walkathon.
We walked a walkathon.
I can't walk a walkathon. So she's better off than me.
Let's just say it. So yesterday, Mom and I did the NAMI walk, which NAMI is National Alliance on Mental Illness. Mm-hmm. And I think it's supposed to be like a 5K walk. We probably did about half of it. Mom's like, let's just fucking turn around. And we did. It was great. It was really hot.
But if you turned around at the halfway point, you walked 5K because it's supposed to be a circle.
Huh?
So see,
if you turned around and walked back,
you backtracked and
you still did the full length.
You did the same distance twice.
No, I mean we cut.
You cut?
There was a cut. You cut.
You were in the cut.
Do you?
Did everybody cut?
Laying in the cut.
Everybody cut.
Doesn't matter. Mom and I had a great time.
So they're doing that for Mental Health Month?
I guess so. I just go every year with Mom because her work puts on a team.
It's May's Mental Health Month.
Yeah, and we
Check your mental health, everybody.
Local weather lady Randy Rico was the host.
She's still around?
Yeah.
She's still pregnant?
Nope. But my mom made the same joke. She's like, she's pregnant again? Because you know what? Weather ladies are always pregnant.
Can I stop?
They always are.
They are always pregnant. Because that other lady, Bodak
Jennifer Shack. Bodak Yellow.
There's another one. And
Cardi B.
She was always pregnant too.
Jennifer Shack. It was also Channel 5. That's our local NBC affiliate. And I know you guys love this talk.
Bodak.
Listeners. Jennifer Bodak. And
Bombada?
Randy Rhodes.
Bombada! Help me!
Always preggers.
Yeah.
Listeners, tell us about your local pregnant weather ladies. Do you notice the phenomenon in other places? We need to know.
How many fucking kids do you need?
A lot of them, yeah.
They're working on a...
Stormy with a chance of babies.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drink the water there, ladies.
Don't even.
It's full of jism.
It got to come from right up my pussy.
Oh, Andy.
I mean, how else do you think I got this delicious
You
iced
can't-
cum drink?
Okay, speaking of cum drink, Kelley walks in with the Starbucks in his hand,
It's an iced chai latte.
and Kelley calls it his cum drink. And I was like, "What do you think cum looks like, Kelley?"
His is
I've
cloudy and
never had
brown.
sex.
Frothy mix, we talked. Hi, Mom. I hope you're enjoying this.
I understand it's kind of milky, but it's also mixed with tea, which gives it a tint. And
It has ice
Depends
cubes
on
in it, too.
depends on where you're ending up. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
funny is I
Oh God.
I couldn't see the brown like I didn't notice it.
So is your cum chunky and
Disengage.
brown?
No, it's
Are you brown colorblind?
I don't know. It's not
I've got some
chunky.
news
That's
about your
ice.
underwear. That was childish, huh?
I don't have underwear.
Oh, that's right. I have some news about your shorts. Your track pants. Your track pants have tracks in them.
They're black.
Every time he wipes, he's like, "Oh, there's nothing there.
It's just common. Yeah.
Clean from the get-go.
I'll just reuse it."
So what should I change the subject to?
Doo-doo.
The Exorcist on Fox, which was a great show, 2 seasons. Really enjoyed the show. It just got canceled.
Well,
I'm
they
sad.
axed a ton of shit.
They did,
But
yeah.
NBC picked back up Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I heard.
That is
did.
that is
Good.
happy making news.
Yeah.
I'm more upset about the Mick. The Mick was really good.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Oh, they
really
canceled
good.
it?
Yeah.
I love that
It is
show.
so good.
I had not caught up to it. I like Caitlin Olsen, obviously.
and it left on the cliffhanger too.
Oh shit.
But I was on the fence about it because I didn't know, and it's kind of a stupid
no.
title. But
So The Exorcist, did they leave it on a cliffhanger too?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
Kinda.
it's like an ongoing. You sort of get it's sort of anthological. Is that a word, guys?
it is now.
But there is a through story, and
That
things were
story's through
happening.
now.
Yeah, it's done.
Lucifer got cast back down into hell.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I only watched like one episode.
I didn't watch any of it,
Didn't
but-
do much for me, but I mean, if that was your jam, I'm sorry.
I wonder. Do you think it's because so many people are streaming now that it's hard for them to fund shows?
Well,
don't know.
what's difficult is
Good question.
I don't hop right on a train of a new show.
Right. I
It's
think a
just-
lot of people don't. They wait.
Well, there's so much TV already. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to get to things that have been on the air for years. And then we'll like binge a few. Freddie and I have been making this joke recently. We've been catching back up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it feels like we'll watch one and we got 4 more. And I was like, where are these coming from? They're just constantly happening.
Well,
You've got infestation of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I said to Amy, are they burning these off? And then they announced they were canceling it like the 2 days later.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they were burning them off.
Yeah.
And
I need my Gina Linetti.
the funniest part of this is I won't notice it moved to Fox because we watch everything on Hulu anyway.
Yeah.
Moved to NBC.
Or
Same
NBC,
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
moved from Fox. And like, I'm just going to be like, oh, there's my Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I assume it's just going to pick up. And I wouldn't have even known.
That's true. But what's a bummer is like NBC shows don't do well there either. Usually.
Well, but maybe they have a lower standard. But it's so good that they're bringing that Last Man Standing back because I want Tim Allen
they
to
are bringing
work.
it back?
Are you happy about that? That's Tim Allen's show.
No. Last Man Standing? Oh, Last Man Standing. I thought you meant Last Man on Earth.
No, that was
Sorry.
canceled.
Yes, that's what I thought you were talking about.
It's just a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're going to cancel these shows that people really loved." Small cult followings to bring back a show that was canceled on another network.
That's
a
just
while
another
ago. Like-
Never even heard of
1990s
that
style
show.
sitcom.
Yeah.
It's just it's Tim the Toolman Taylor without
He has a Bass Pro Shop
tools.
instead of tools.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't run a network. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
All I know is I like good quality television, and I've seen that show, and it's not.
I'm super bummed about the Mick. I just found that last weekend and watched like 6 episodes of it. It's fantastic.
AP Bio got renewed.
Got picked
I
up.
think.
found
That's
that one
good.
too.
That's good.
That's a great show.
Well, I'll tell you what's a great show is LA to Vegas.
That's a great. I love that show.
Great
too.
show.
Oh, I haven't heard about.
Is
I'm
it-
not sure if that one got axed or not.
It didn't start off super strong. The first couple episodes are meh, but it gets like 30 Rock good.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then it's been like that consistently
That
since
style
like
of show
episode 3.
too, or
What's that?
Is it that style of a show?
It's very much. It's almost exactly 30 Rock set in an airplane.
But it's not as mean as 30 Rock.
Not yet.
I had problems with 30 Rock. I found it kind of mean.
Yeah,
which is a lot coming from me because Amy thinks I'm the devil. So
they have a character. Is it Dylan McDermott or Dermot? It's Dylan McDermott, right?
Dylan McDermott.
Dylan McDermott is the pilot, and he's very much your Jack Donaghy type of character.
Oh, okay.
And then you have this character, one of the flight attendants, they've morphed her from this character. They didn't know what they were doing with her. Now she's becoming more like Liz Lemon. So it's literally like those archetypes.
Gotcha.
And they fly LA to Vegas every week, and it's about all the people that commute back and forth.
They even have a Titus character on there.
Yeah.
Really? Kimmy Schmidt's coming back soon.
Yeah, I think it's the last season too.
It is,
Oh my gosh!
But I mean, at least they'll go out they're going to go out on their own terms.
On their own
You guys
terms,
are going to tell me
man.
the Muppet Show's taken off the air.
It is.
I want to say this is not a show this has nothing to do with canceled or not canceled. It's not a new show, but Elise and I very much enjoy Web of Lies, which is an ID Discovery show.
I love.
Is it a reenactment murder show?
Well, it's about people who get like involved with people on the internet. And it's like murder and catfishing,
Oh, I'm in.
like all mixed together. You should definitely try to find it
I couldn't be more in.
because the stories are bananas. Like you're like, what is happening? You're trying to figure it out, and then at the end, it's like not even ever what you thought. It's just crazy shit.
Have we disclosed our dark ritual, Freddy?
Every night. Well, not every night.
I think we've
Most
talked about
nights, we sit up in bed and watch ID Discovery, and Amy scratches my back.
And Elsa snuggles with
And
us.
she
That's not a dark
And
ritual.
she does, but we watch murder shows.
I play like games on my phone. We watch
Yeah.
and then you
in
guys
Ice Cold
sacrifice a
Blood.
goat at the end. That's what
Yeah,
makes it dark.
it's called the dark ritual, and if we
So
don't do
nice.
it, bad things will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real
Sweet.
nice way to end the day.
Well, get on ID Go.
Oh, we do. We're all over it.
Grab Web of Lies.
Yeah.
Make at least one of your next dark rituals a Web of Lies.
We will.
Ooh.
There was the other one we watched that was too disturbing, which
Or
was saying
Weebo
something.
Flies. As we call it.
Dead of Night or Dead Silence or something.
Dead Silence. Maybe it was one where they take a true crime event and they make it into like a little hour-long horror movie.
Nice.
It is hard
It's too
to
much
watch.
though, because they are like reenacting
'cause it's
the
real life,
murder
right?
and the rape
Right.
scenes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I can't wait to watch it. What's it
Yeah.
called? Dead
It's
Silence?
tough.
Yeah, I think so.
They should call it Dead Sexy.
But my favorite new one right now is called Breaking Homicide, starring Derek, who won Big Brother a few.
Cop Derek.
He was awesome.
He was like
love
the best
him.
player that
He
ever.
dominated that season.
Yeah.
Granted, he played with some real dumb people.
Oh, the
Yeah.
dumbest.
But he still did real
Yeah,
good.
he ran them.
The show is called Dead Silent with a T.
That's the one we were just talking about.
On
But Breaking
ID.
Homicide is Derek and this doofy dude that's a forensic psychologist.
I wouldn't call him doofy. I'd say Derek's
The whole show's doofy as F, but I like the cases they're taking on.
Yeah.
And they take on like cold cases and they try to like.
Well, here's the thing. Derek.
But they repeat
will-
themselves constantly.
And Derek will see murder every time, no matter what. They're like, the police ruled this. It was clearly a bicycle accident. He'll be like, but did you notice this and this and this?
Even when the evidence doesn't support his case.
He was like, but where did his water bottle go?
Is he-
Right.
is he
Every
reaching-
cyclist carries a water bottle. We did not find one.
Exactly. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's a fun new true crime one if you guys are into that.
He's trying to backdoor his theory into
backdoor.
existence.
We just
Are
watched
any
the
of
one about the
these-
Spreckles Mansion.
Spreckles? Mm-hmm. Are any of these on Hulu or Netflix or anything?
Probably, but we're watching it on the ID app.
Weebo Flies is on the app.
Yeah, Weeba Flies.
Weebo Flies.
So there's an endless mine of
Oh my God.
murder cases, right?
But
Mine.
I'm finding, so I just listened to, so Marsha Clark has a show on A&E, but I'm not watching the show. I'm listening
Marsha
to the
Clark.
podcast where she kind of goes over it too. And she just did the Spreckles Mansion, and then we started watching Breaking Homicide, where they talk about that one.
I don't
That's
know
a
anything about
messed
the
up
Spreckles
story.
Mansion, but it sounds like somewhere where like a dotty and colorful old millionaire who like throws lavish parties for the neighborhood children.
It's the Gatsby Mansion. No, that's just the home. The people that live. It was kid died, and the girlfriend of the dad killed herself. But she killed herself in a very interesting way by like tying her hands and feet
Oh.
And then hanging herself
hanging
naked
herself
off the balcony.
naked. And like, how
so
do you?
it's the opposite of what I said.
Yeah.
It's real tragic all the way through. And it's also really weird.
And then
It's a weird
she
case.
painted on the walls. She saved him. Can you save her? tied her hands behind her back, tied her feet, and then hung herself naked over the balcony.
This sounds like some Morgan Freeman 90s Kiss the Girls shit right
Do they
there.
spend a large portion of that show like describing how that could even be possible?
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. I would assume that would be the majority
Oh,
of that.
it's like Mythbusters or something.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It's recently back in the news because, spoiler,
Mr. Spreckles.
The dude's brother.
the guy's brother, had come. He's the one who found her and cut her down. And
he was found liable in civil court for her death.
He was just found liable.
But the
even though
police-
they ruled it a suicide.
Police ruled it a suicide. It's very strange.
So now they're re-examining the case, which is interesting.
Marsha Clark,
Interesting.
Big Brother Derek, and weird Chris Mohandi.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you guys.
So these producers, they have to watch every other series to make sure they haven't done
No,
it already, right?
they just do them.
They don't give a
over and over
shit.
again.
Yeah, they overlap.
Oh, so like multiple shows have done the same.
Yeah.
Oh,
case
we'll
over
watch
and over
Snapped
again.
and be like, I saw this on Dateline.
Yeah.
Or I saw that. I mean, which is good. I only want there to be so much murder in this world.
Right.
I don't want there to be endless amounts of murder, but I think there might be.
Ever since the murderers strike.
So the murder well has been tapped dry, right?
ID needs more
Interesting
serial killer
murder.
shit, though.
Well, we're getting more of them out there.
I like my serial killer shit, and ID doesn't have enough of that.
There was like my uncle was murdered like when I was 8 years old. So I'm wondering like when are we getting our episode?
Are you jealous?
Did they find the guy who did it?
Yeah, they caught her and everything. But
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, her?
sexist Amy.
Fucking hell, I'm the worst.
Andy,
Assumption.
you could tell the story yourself, and we could have people compose.
Is it
spooky music to play
interesting?
under you.
Is there
I-
enough for an hour-long Snapped?
I was 8 years old when it happened, so
Yeah.
I don't
Let's
really.
look at the police
Did you not
report.
did you not conduct your own independent
As an
investigation
8-year-old
as an
with-
8-year-old?
Now you can.
You didn't
crayons
fucking-
and everything?
You could have hired Harriet the Spy.
Red yarn.
I did like a Beautiful Mind type thing,
Yeah.
like clipboard and everything.
You could listen with little plastic cups.
You could use those markers that smell
Yeah.
like fruit.
Yeah, she's like, I think
Ooh,
it
I
was
like
more to.
Glue sticks. Kids love glue sticks.
Well, did
glue
we-
things.
We found this out. Remember, we all went to dinner at what was that German restaurant?
Schmitz.
That was good, by the way.
Right.
And we met Josh up there.
Yep.
And Josh was telling us
That is a good
about
place.
doing his ancestry stuff, like his genealogy, and discovered that he was descended from a guy who murdered his wife, right? And then we realized that all of us had murdered family members except for you.
Me.
Haven't figured it out yet. We said you just haven't found it yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting to discover the murder in my family.
I don't have any murders.
I don't think I have any murdered.
Just do 23andMe, right? Can't they just track murderers down?
Yeah, that's right.
But I have a
Okay,
couple
do
of
murder.
rapes.
Couple of rapes.
Yeah.
You think it's like Kevin Bacon style? Everybody's connected to a murderer in 5 steps or less.
I think everybody, if you dig deep enough, I think Andy's got the closest to home one.
I mean, I'm sure I have a murder somewhere.
I'll see my mom later. I'll find
Yeah.
out. Maybe she knows.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's quite possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandfather was thrown off of a train trestle.
On purpose?
Was he?
Well, he either jumped or he was thrown off. Yeah, well, he was a bad dude.
Did he survive?
No.
Then that's a murder.
Unless he jumped. It's a little unclear.
Well, if you ask Derek from Breaking Homicide,
murder. It's always
a
murder.
damn
But he was
murder.
run out of town. He was a real bad dude, so
Yeah.
it's entirely likely that somebody.
He was
threw him
run out. That's awesome. I didn't think that actually happened.
off. Yeah.
Run out of town.
People
My-
actually get run out of town.
My
huh?
dad's grandpa was shot by a jealous husband.
Oh,
Oh, so you
almost
guys-
been there, done that.
You guys might have an
Yeah.
episode in the pipeline too.
Yeah. Well, that's not super interesting.
I'm sure there's a lot more.
There might be more
details,
to
yeah.
it, but like he called the guy who killed my great grandpa, I guess, called my dad's dad and said, "Come get your dad. He's on my lawn."
Ooh.
Yee.
Yikes.
Went and put him in a pickup truck.
Oh wait, I knew a guy I worked with a long time ago at a call center. He was killed by the husband of the lady he was fucking
Oh, that'll do it.
in his yard.
Mm.
So that's a thing. Apparently that happens.
That's a pretty
There-
common motive.
There was a plot to kill me.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll tell you about it later.
Ooh.
You guys could have almost done my story.
You don't
reenact
want to
it.
tell it on the show.
Oh, I'll tell it on the show. I just didn't want to make everybody uncomfortable.
Hey.
So this lady I was
How'd you
banging,
get to my fanfic?
This lady I was
Yeah.
bagging.
her ex found out. Well, they were separated, but he really focused on me, and later I talked to her years later, and his new girlfriend had told her that he had come up with this plan to get a couple of his buddies and to find me when I was by myself, and they were gonna beat me to death.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I wish they would
Beat
have
you to
tried.
death. Not even like a shot.
I wish they
You
would've
wish they would have tried.
I'm glad they didn't try.
that would have been a bad day for
But
them.
I would love to see the actor that recreates Kelley in this show.
Yeah.
Just eating
Yeah.
Doritos. Even though I don't like Doritos.
You're shambling about and you get jumped.
Got a
Who doesn't like Doritos?
boot on my foot. I don't. I mean, I'll eat them, but I don't like them.
Kelley, when they interview me, I'm just gonna say he lit up a room.
Oh, when he walked in the room, he lit it up.
Everybody loved him
Because he was glowing with Dorito dust. No, you don't like Doritos, huh?
No, not really. They were my last choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
all kinds of
they're my second chip choice.
even Cool Ranch or
Even-
all Doritos.
Even Cool Ranch, although Cool Ranch is my first choice of Doritos, but my last choice of chips.
What's your first choice of snack?
I really like sour cream and cheddar Ruffles. I also like
Those
the
are
all-dressed
good.
Ruffles. I love Fritos.
Pistachio.
Ooh, chili cheese Fritos.
I like plain Fritos with
Gross.
cream cheese.
I got expensive tastes. I like pistachios.
You do.
You do.
They're so good.
No, if you got real expensive taste, you can buy the shelled pistachios. But
Well,
do you-
yeah.
Do you get the ones with shell on them?
Yeah, because, well, one.
You gotta
if
burn
I-
a few calories
you gotta
while you're
burn
doing
a-
it.
You guys are eating so many pistachios.
Yeah. so you're
It's
not
gotta
that
slow me down.
You're not that bougie then.
That's true.
I also like lightly salted dry roast peanuts.
Those are good too. Or honey roasted sometimes.
Sometimes. You're
On
right. Let's
occasion,
fist
not all the
about it.
time. Yeah, we're gonna fist about it.
That's what I'm saying these days.
Nothing beats the peanuts you get at the ballpark though.
Yeah, agreed.
Why do they taste so much better?
I don't know.
Now
It's the best part of going to a ball game.
Well, the nachos are the best part.
Oh my god.
I've never gotten nachos at a ball game.
Soggy nachos.
The good sportsmanship is my favorite.
The hot
Hot
dogs have been steaming in the
Oh,
bag
hot
for
dogs are good.
hours
You guys want to go to a ball game?
just to eat.
I'll go to the ball game
Yeah.
and pick up the
Can
food.
we
and
leave after the first inning? though?
Oh, geez.
No,
Let's
go
just
eat.
Let's
there.
go pick up our
I hate
snacks.
baseball.
I think that's the new.
Baseball is super boring.
It is
I think that's the new
super
fattest thing we've ever said.
What?
Yeah.
Pick up the food and leave?
No, just go to a game.
They should do that.
for
They
just
should
to
have
eat.
like a ballpark pass where you can't go in and watch the show. You just go and get your food
Get your
and
food
leave.
and leave.
We always find new levels of fatness in our show.
Just let me fat in peace. Just let me
I'm still
fat
trying to
in
think
peace.
of murder in my family.
That's great. Before we move on,
Everybody knock on wood.
knock on wood, y'all.
Hopefully, Mike will find that murder.
Listeners, tell us
Because if
about
you
the
don't find
murder.
it, you are the murderer.
I'm trying to
then it
ward
must
off
be
murder.
me.
I think Elsa just winked at me.
Elsa loves you so much.
She winks at you a lot.
You know what? My dad once painted his brother with bad paint,
Whoops.
and he got a real bad stutter after.
Was it lead?
Lead paint?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
It
God.
almost
Oh.
killed him, so it was like almost.
I mean, you shouldn't paint someone even with unleaded paint.
yeah.
Oh, it's like that movie.
like the Tin Man,
Goldfinger?
Wizard of Oz, or Goldfinger.
Yeah, Goldfinger.
Yeah.
He just had a bad stutter. He
Listen-
did die pretty early,
Oh.
but that was way after the stutter.
Because it
That's
took that
really
long for
tragic.
the paint to
So
fully
the
poison.
murder isn't me, y'all. It's my dad.
Write us and tell us about your murders in your family. We'll read the most interesting ones in our feedback episode.
We reenact it for you.
Yeah, we'll do
Make
reenact.
sure there's solved murders. We don't really want to get involved in it.
I don't want to get involved in your cold case.
And then the police made a grisly discovery. They always make a gruesome or grisly discovery.
Turns out it was a bear.
but only the relatives that lit up a
Grizzly.
room. I don't want to hear about the ones that didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone said
okay.
that John was a real dickbag.
have there been shows where like they said the victim was like, yeah, he had it coming?
Yeah. Well, there was one where this guy was so hated. He was shot down in the middle of downtown in this little town, and nobody wanted to turn in who did it because they said he was such a bastard.
What, did he have a bunch of suspects?
Yeah.
Everyone in town.
Yeah. They said he was hated.
It was like Clue.
Yeah.
I was like Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
had a motive.
Yeah. Reminder,
Asian
Patreon.
Expressing.
Shut up.
Ching chong.
Ooh.
Oh, speaking of which, we went to the Asian Food Fest yesterday. And I was cracking jokes left and right.
Andy is meaner to his own people than we could ever be.
Freddie was enjoying it.
Yeah. It
No,
was
he
funny.
wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I would have been. That's hilarious.
We were laugh adjacent. We weren't
Yeah.
participating.
Well, I participated once with one bad joke.
Oh, you did?
Let's not
I
repeat it.
did.
It was about a free range dog.
Well, there was all these dogs there, and I said, "Ooh, the food here is fresh."
Oh, I would have. I hated that I missed it.
It's still going on today.
Then Freddie
If
said,
you guys think you can make it.
No.
Freddie saw a taco truck and he was like, "Do you think they serve them sideways here?"
I didn't say
You
that.
said that.
I said
Andy
one bad
said
joke.
that.
That was Andy.
And also said like they had a caricature artist there.
Yeah.
I was like, he has the easiest job today.
Andy said the caricature artist had pre-printed like Chinese and Japanese, and you just pull them out of plastic sleeves.
Depends on which way the
Alright.
eyes go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. This isn't. So if you want to support the show, and after that, I don't know why you would.
Andy is Asian. He's just a self-loathing Asian, apparently.
Go to patreon.com/NOTLP if you want
And the
to support
traffic
this
there was
show.
so bad. So many
Everybody
accidents.
just keep stopping in the intersection.
For $1 a month, you could
Yeah.
have access to so many better shows where we don't say things like this.
And they had these Asian hot dogs, but you couldn't even see them. They were minuscule.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's like a thinker
Yeah.
for a second. And then you're like, oh,
Stop,
because
stop.
they're little
It-
penises.
it-
I
no,
got you.
It goes
No
along
more.
with the taco joke.
Yeah, I got it.
So anyway,
That's a good one.
anything else we should housekeep before we leave to the next thing?
Yeah, definitely check out Patreon. Night of the Comics coming back Wednesday. I have some lates to the party. I have a couple of late to the parties. In the
Don't be
can.
tardy for the party.
In the cans. Where did I put them?
In your can.
They're in my butt.
In the butt. What?
All right, we'll be right back. Thanks.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
Hey, y'all. Freddie, what you got?
I have dead body.
You have dad body. That's what you meant to
I have
say.
dead body.
Dad body. Hashtag dad bod.
I got body.
He's serving body.
guys got
Body.
a
Body.
Body.
You got a naughty body.
Dead body, adi.
All right.
Lottie dottie, you got dead body.
First, let me say that this film is competently put together in that it is a movie.
Oh boy.
What a backhanded compliment.
I know where we're going from here. It is down.
It opens with a lady being chased through the woods, and when she
You
turns
really
around,
believe she was in the woods?
I believe she was in the woods. She turns around and looks at the killer and says,
She's-
"It was you the whole time."
She's a lady. She's
Oh,
classy.
she does.
She literally says,
I love that.
"It was you the whole time."
It was like she just figured out the twist of the movie.
Yeah.
So she knew who killed her.
That's her start.
Oh.
Call back.
So then I guess we flash back because that was the end. Now we're back at the beginning. That old chestnut.
They're like, let's make Memento, but even shittier.
Yeah. This girl shows up at this cabin for her not a high school reunion, but she was supposed to meet her high school buddy at this cabin and bring this one other friend. And anyways, what happened was it got out of hand, so now there's 9 people coming all together.
That
All
is
these-
an out of hand
All
situation.
these cabins in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where you find cabins, Kelly.
I don't know, man. Too many.
Cabins in the ghetto.
There's so many people who just have like I know we go to a cabin in the woods
Mm-hmm.
once a year, but that's like fancy and it's not really the woods.
Well, this is a fancy cabin.
okay.
It's nice. It's
called Fancy Cabin.
It's fancy cabin. And it's this character Dominic, I think, and Ilsa's the lady who comes.
Dominic and
The lady who
Ilsa.
comes.
Very
Dominic
common
and
names.
Ilsa. Yep. And he's real uptight, and he's upset that she has all these strangers coming to. These are her new friends because they went to private school together, and then she went and met these other friends, and now they're all coming. And she has this guy who is quote unquote her date, who is this kind of like this dummy wears his ball cap backwards, and he mixes vodka and beer together.
He's
and
just like
calls
a bro.
Yeah, he calls it Vodlager.
Ugh.
It's his
Who
drink.
would do that?
And so they're all hanging out.
A bro.
Yeah, there's even it is very broy. There's even a line where Dominic's doing the dishes in the kitchen, and he says to Ilsa, talking about her new friends, "Someday you'll need to learn who you can trust and who you can't."
Oh, I know who killed her too.
Foreshadowing. And they're all real bored. And there's this Japanese couple that's come with them, and they're constantly screwing.
Yeah.
And they're constantly talking to each other in Japanese. And then at one point they're real bored and they're all looking for something to do, and somebody says, "I think I have a PlayStation 2 upstairs," and the Japanese guy turns and goes, "PlayStation!"
So they're like fresh off the boat Japanese, right?
I don't know about that, but it was just funny because isn't that what the old commercial was? Was the Japanese guy saying PlayStation roll out? And I think it was meant to be a good joke.
Oh, so it was a joke. Okay.
It was a joke.
I thought that's how his accent was.
Yeah, that was how his accent was too. So I don't know. It's for your consideration. They settle on playing an old parlor game called Dead Body or Body. Some people call it Body.
Even though they have a PlayStation upstairs?
Despite the fact they have a PlayStation.
Well, only 2 people can play that at a time.
Yeah.
Unless you're, you take turns.
Yeah.
So what... And I went online to see what the real rules, because they explain the rules in the movie. I'm like, I'm not half watching this. And I was like, I better see exactly so I can explain this to people. You get in a house with a bunch of people. You make sure it's super dark. As dark as you can get it. And it's like Werewolf, where somebody randomly draws and sees who's going to be the killer. And that person will go around the dark house, and when they find somebody, they'll squeeze their shoulder, and that person will lay down quietly and just lay on the floor until somebody else stumbles over them.
Do they have to hide too? Is this like
No,
hide and seek or
they
Dead
don't
Man's
hide.
Bluff?
No, it's because that's why you do it in a
Blind
dark.
man.
You do it in a dark house, so that it's dark enough that when the killer has squeezed someone's shoulder and they lay down on the floor and they're the dead body, they don't say anything. But when someone stumbles across them, they'll say dead body.
Yeah, it's kind of like Blind Man.
Great. Somebody's
Is
going
that
to
what
step on your face
Yeah.
So then
in the dark.
Then people try to figure out who the killer is based upon where the dead bodies are.
Oh.
So they start to play this, and guess what happens?
Sounds real stupid.
Real dead bodies.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
Somebody
good
really
at this.
starts killing people. The acting in this is kind of like...
Do they keep playing the game and people keep ending up?
We'll put them in the corner till we're done. We'll figure it out then.
This is a great game.
Next round, come on, guys.
Yeah, they end up, of course, like in every movie that's like this, they end up, having the parlor room thing where they all try to theorize on who the
Let
killer
me guess.
is.
No cell service, so they can't call the police.
Right, yeah,
No
no cell service.
I thought.
Yeah, you can't have any of that.
No one ever calls the police.
And
just an aside, a big part of Web of Lies, no one ever calls the police. They just call their mom.
really, and that's real life.
When someone is threatening them with all these horrific things, they're just like, "Mom, I don't know what to do." Chuck said he loved me yesterday. Today he sent me a pig's head. I don't know what to do. The
Has he got a rose in his mouth? I mean, it could mean a couple of things.
It did.
The acting I was going to say is these actors aren't amateur, but they're not film actors. They're like theater actors in a movie.
Local theater troupe.
Yeah.
True crime reenactment actors?
Yes.
Reenactors.
Yes. They are like true crime reenactors.
They're reenactors. Sometimes you get a real good one.
Yeah.
Every once
And
in
a lot of
while
times you get bad ones.
Yeah. That is my dream.
So what happens
to work on one of those shows.
Oh yeah, as an actor.
You should be able to
No,
make that
produce
happen.
it, write it.
Cast.
I love
Yeah.
the disparity you sometimes get between the real person and the reenactor.
Oh yeah.
It's almost always the actor is much better looking, but sometimes they're uglier.
Yeah, no, that's just it.
And that's
every
what's
now and
great.
again you
That's
get
what's great. Yeah.
Every now and again you get people who look real close to it.
Yeah.
And that's like a gem.
Yeah.
That's a treasure.
Yeah.
But the one we watched yesterday, that girl and her reenactor
miles apart.
Would you be insulted
miles apart.
Was her reenactor streets ahead?
if your reenactor was like
What?
butt ugly?
That's the problem.
No, the
I think.
reenactor was the improvement.
Oh.
That's the part is when the reenactor is not. They're worse looking than the real
Yeah.
person, and I'm like, that's mean. You have rubbed
That's also
salt
a gem.
in the wound of a survivor.
Yeah.
Someone who's already been through something awful. Now you're telling them this is what you look like
to us.
to us. But anyways, in this in Dead Body,
I just sorry.
No,
I don't
all
mean to be mean to a victim, but the real person looked like she'd been like born upside down and dropped. And the woman that was
Aren't we all
playing her,
born upside down?
you know
That's
what
how
I
you're
mean.
supposed to come out.
Metaphorically upside.
Oh, okay.
breach.
Like wrong.
So breach, yeah. Foot first.
Not even breathe. That's too
Like
real
a
of a
pineapple
thing.
upside down kick.
Yeah, it's just like she fell on her head.
It sounds like a Saturday Night Live skit. Like, this is what you choose to cast me as?
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, that's all right. So back to the film Dead Body.
Yeah, the film.
The dummy douchebag boyfriend who was only brought to because Dominic had been flirting with Ilsa a lot and she wanted a buffer.
Where's my beer and vodka, bro?
He suddenly becomes this brilliant detective character who is figuring everything out. Twist.
Yeah.
It's terrible though. And yeah. And then there's a monologue that lasts from the villain when they reveal who I can spoil this. No one's gonna watch this. It turns out, of course, Dominic was the killer. The
Of
one
course,
who
I figured it
hosted
out as soon as you said.
What is their motive?
Yeah. And his motive is, and they talk about this earlier, that he's number 3 on the waiting list for Harvard.
And everybody is above him that he killed.
Just the 2 were supposed to come, remember? And they were the 2 above him. And the other guest just happened to be there, and then he got off on outsmarting everybody.
Is that a thing? Like, does Harvard tell you, like, there's 2 in front of you?
And they give you the names of the people ahead of you, too.
Don't you go up to Harvard and take a ticket?
You're in the queue,
Like at the
take a
deli?
number.
Yeah.
So, but not necessarily like the waiting list, but not someone who's actually in Harvard or has been guaranteed a spot in Harvard.
Right, they're
so
like
he still needs somebody else that's already been accepted to die.
He didn't think about that.
Yeah, I guess so.
What an idiot.
This is the stupidest.
Maybe in the sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I got it. And they're like, serving number 2. And he's like, oh, I'm number 2. I need a pound of law.
The law.
How do you want that cut? Shaved?
Thin. Sliced thin. I mean thin.
My favorite part is when they...
Transparent.
You get the slice and they give it to you. Like, hey, you want to try this? Like, thank you.
I love that. That's
love that.
free meat.
Yeah.
I actually hate it because I don't want to eat it right there off my hand.
No, that's the best way to eat it.
I hate it.
Oh, dude, I will eat meat out of... I don't need bread or anything. I will eat cold cuts out of the bag. It is so much better that way.
Straight from the meat case into Freddy's.
I always feel like I have to though, and I'm like,
It's not, they don't give it to you from the raw hand.
No, they put it on a slice of paper. A slice of paper?
No, I've never been handed a slice of paper. They just dangle it in front of me like a fucking
Do you like
fish for a dolphin.
The deli paper also comes in big bricks, and they have to cut it.
Can I get that shaved?
She's like, do you want papers between your cheese? All right, I gotta go cut some papers. Do you want papers between your cheese?
It's like, do you want the boar's head paper or the private selection paper?
I'll just go
Whatever's on sale.
This is a very fat conversation.
Sometimes I lie and say, can you cut that again? So I get more meat.
Oh,
You're the worst.
Just the more samples.
You say, like, can I try it again? I didn't think I tasted it the first time.
Yeah. They're like the thickness level.
I see.
Well, okay. You did not recommend.
I don't recommend it, although it might be worth a laugh to some people.
You like laughter?
So, do you want to play this game next time we go camping?
Yeah, it actually looks like a lot of fun.
What did they use to set up the murderer? Was there like they explain rules, or they use a deck
They
of cards?
explained. I can't remember if they used cards or what. I don't remember. I was paying.
Just
I
curious.
think I gave it 60% of my
The
attention.
gamer part of me really wanted to see this, but it's
I have the rules
from the
real
description. It sounds.
But if we
awful.
do play this game, Kelley can never be the killer because we obvious that he's the killer.
You also
He shuffles.
I also don't want to be killed because then I have to lay down.
Yeah, and then
I have to
getting
get
back up.
Well, it's funny. We had this conversation.
Somebody's gonna
'cause
step on your head.
It was one of us. I can't remember which one of us was like. Kelley wouldn't lay down when he got killed.
It's true.
So we find his body right away.
I would just say, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Like, Kelley
I'm
won't
over
lay-
here and I'm
Kelley
dead.
won't lay down. But now if we made you real comfortable, what if we gave you a pillow to hold?
Maybe if you killed me near a couch and I could just sit down.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we're gonna.
the bonus.
Yeah.
Well, Kelley, if he's a killer, he'd be like, whoever's in the bedroom, you're dead.
But I'd be sitting down, drinking probably.
Yeah.
Who's in the bathroom, you're dead too.
All right, let me shoot somebody. Or I don't want. You're gonna give you. I'm gonna load this gun. Movie bullet. You shoot yourself.
But
It's
you're
called Russian Roulette.
facilitating,
I am.
so it is
I am
still
the
your fault.
facilitator. I am the murderer. I am an accessory after the fact, or and before it,
Before the fact.
throughout the fact. Andy, you're first. You ready?
Yes.
You live. Kelley.
Oh, thank
Live. Mikey B.
goodness. Oh no, I want to see this movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie anyway.
You done die.
This can be a group review.
That's
Yeah.
all right because you've got a good movie
gonna
to
watch it.
I have
Yeah.
chosen Mom and Dad
Oh.
for Mother's Day and upcoming Father's Day, I guess.
Mommy's all right.
Duh.
Daddy's all right.
This was.
It
They
just seemed
had
a little weird.
I hope that song's in this movie.
Yeah.
typically the roulette movies are things that were not released in the theater, and I know this might have had a limited release in other parts of the country, but not here, so deal with it.
Yeah.
A
do
teenage
what we
girl
want.
and her little brother try to survive a wild 24 hours during which a mass hysteria of unknown origins causes causes parents to turn violently on their own children, starring Nicky Cage.
And what's her face?
Selma Blair.
Selma Blair.
Yeah.
Selma Blair.
I heard this is good.
Yeah.
This is the director who did Cranked, right? Okay, I thought maybe you had that in front
Thanks.
of you. That's right.
For making me look stupid.
That's all right.
Mom and Dad, what was I going to say? Don't remember. It'll be on the next show. Thank
Watch
you,
it for
Mikey
Mother's Day.
B.
It's a good choice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the guy who did Crank. Which I love.
Crank's a great movie.
Crank, yeah.
Did not really care for Crank 2. Crank
I never did see the second one.
is great.
I didn't see
though.
the second one either, but I like the first one.
It wasn't as quirky.
Yeah, the first one was so much fun.
Yeah, great movie.
All right. Well, we'll be back.
Let's be back. Okay.
This week's main attraction is the follow-up to Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, 1984, from director of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
Richard Fleischer. That's right.
who later would go on
Charles
to
Fleischer.
yeah, who he later went on to do
Ari
Amityville
Fleischer.
3D for you horror fans.
Okay, is this guy related to Ari Fleischer and or Charles Fleischer?
I don't know.
Charles Fleischer was Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah. One thing I want to say. So obviously, I love 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It was one of my picks.
Obvi.
But this was not directed nearly as well. Or as well as John Milius. That was the first thing.
Oh no, John Milius is like the original Conan the Barbarian is a completely different kind of movie.
Exactly. And I mean, I've seen both. You know, I've seen this before, but it's been a long time. And that was the first thing I said was, well, and I forgot that he did 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I said, well, Richard Fleischer is no John Milius.
Well, you got to think of it this way. I'm sorry, Amy. Go ahead.
Can I tell you something? I like this one better than
So did
Conan.
I.
the
Oh, we knew
Barbarian.
you were going to.
I like this a lot better because
Because we
knew you were
basic
going to.
bitches.
yeah,
Yes.
I like high fantasy better
Yeah.
than I felt the Destroyer, the Barbarian.
The first one, the Barbarian.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it, but I felt it was more grounded because they had so many like references to cultures that we know, like Norse cultures, like your Eurasian cultures, stuff like that. So I felt it was more grounded than this. The Destroyer, where it was like high fantasy, where like it's a totally different world.
This is Temple of Doom versus Raiders of the Lost Ark all over
That's
again.
like
the same
Frank was saying
thing last
earlier.
And then he said that last night, and I was like, well, I like Temple of Doom. It's my favorite.
Same here.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought
also,
that.
you got to think like this is stylistic. It's taking something where John Milius took sword and sorcery and he brought it into modern filmmaking and
Elevated it.
took everything that was great about spaghetti westerns and
Yep.
that style of filmmaking and made Conan the Barbarian. They took the character out of that, and the character is still very much the character.
Yeah.
And they moved him into like a
TV Western.
well, I was going to say
That's how I felt about
more
it.
like Jason the Argonauts.
I could see that,
Or
but
something like that.
There were a lot of shots that really reminded me of like old TV westerns.
Yeah?
like if I wish almost that we could have watched it together.
Yeah.
because like especially there's just these moments where like when they were hiding and
Oh yeah, there are a lot of
and
moments like that.
I think it was Tothamon shows up and his shadow is like when Tothamon comes and takes Olivia Diabo.
Yeah, Jenna.
I was going to call her Beverly D'Angelo. And it was very much like an old like Gunsmoke episode.
So, well, the setup is to this one is Conan, and apparently Subutai is either dead or off doing something else because now he has this cohort named Malik, who is basically Peter Lorre.
Yeah.
It's Tracy Walter doing his best Peter Lorre, which we were talking like think about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Peter Lorre.
All of his dialogue was looped, and I don't understand.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Well, these Wilt Chamberlain shows up. Boombata.
Which, interestingly enough, to protect
Mbaku?
someone's virginity.
Well, at the beginning, they attack Malik and Conan to test their mettle.
Yeah.
Because one of the Kryptonians from Superman 2, Sarah Douglas, she's Queen.
Oh, she was.
I know she looked familiar.
Yeah, same. I forgot
She was
about
the
that.
lady Kryptonian.
She had the pixie cut. Mm-hmm. Kryptonian pixie cut.
Mike and I just looked at each other and went,
She has she was testing them.
She had
and
real
brings
strong
them up.
breath.
Yeah,
she did.
And those sleeves. They all had sleeves, though.
They all had sleeves.
Yeah.
Hers had. Do they all have the cutouts?
The cutouts.
Too?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very breezy.
Yeah.
Taking over a world is very.
There's a lot of disco on Krypton.
So she's the queen of Shadowzar, and she brings them back to her palace, and is like, "I've got this hot teenage virgin, and I need you to make sure
hot
no
niece. That's a callback from
my hot
way long ago. One of Kelly's dreams.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
long.
yeah, her hot
that's-
niece.
That's hundreds of shows ago.
Yeah.
Kelly's hot niece. This is
I
this
drove her to
lady's.
school. I didn't do anything weird to her. It was like my version of Conan the Destroyer. I was getting her one place to the other.
There you go. And Freddie dropped his phone, so 1 minute.
I did, and then I kicked it around the room a little bit. So Wilt Chamberlain is privately tasked with this mission of taking Jenna. I should say Boombada, not Wilt Chamberlain. It's just I want to confuse people. Are they two different guys?
No, they're the same guy.
They're the same guy. To get this gem and access to the horn for the sleeping god,
Right.
Dagoth.
It's like a video game. You gotta
It
take
is.
this item to this item to get this item.
But here's the rub. Once it's all done, they got to bring her back, cherry intact,
That's right.
so that they can sacrifice her, because otherwise Dagoth will go apeshit and kill everybody.
And Wilt Chamberlain's supposed to kill Conan too, right?
Yeah, and the Queen's guards. They're going to kill Conan's group,
Yeah.
kill the prince. They're basically going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And they have to get the jewel from Tathamon, which is the villain. I couldn't remember his
Yeah,
name.
and
Who is the official Conan villain?
He is from Conan. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
if they because sometimes they moved him around in the comics and stuff too.
Yeah, but he is the official Conan villain. He is the Moriarty to Conan's Conan.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes. Right?
And that actor is the
Conan's
boxer.
Conan.
Speaking of Raiders of the Lost Ark, you remember the boxer?
He's the boxer?
That's him, the guy who gets killed with the prop.
Yeah.
plane.
Not to jump ahead, but God, they defeat him real easy.
They
Yeah.
do. I thought that too.
Although you got to think back to the era, I feel like combat scenes were not as involved back then as they are now.
I felt like they wanted to hurry up and get past this part.
They're talking
Yeah.
about the sorcerer in the glass
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to get the key thing from him,
Yeah.
and you
Well-
think that's like the thrust of the story, but they're just like, bing, bang,
No,
boom, he's
it's one
dead.
small piece. Well, you gotta think too. Why would Conan? Here's the thing that motivates Conan.
Oh yeah,
The Queen promises she can bring Valeria back.
That's right.
His lover from Conan the Barbarian. She says, I can bring her back from the dead. So that's the thing that hooks Conan. Because otherwise, Conan wouldn't give a shit about any of this.
No.
It's like a Pet Cemetery type thing though. She's gonna come like
Yeah.
all messed up.
Oh, she is. Come and bury your Valeria. She smells of the ground you buried her in.
sometimes
So,
that is better.
Pepperidge
Farm.
I can
I was
get
1 second ahead of you.
I can get your Valeria back. Judd.
Bothering me.
Judd
Did you hear who's cast as the new
John
Judd?
Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I sure hope it's good.
I think it will be. It's the same director who did it, right? Isn't he doing it?
Is he?
That's what I heard.
I know that they were trying to get it. I didn't
Oh,
read.
wow.
I didn't see the article. I just saw a headline with John Lithgow's cast.
I'll have to read it again and see. So, the wizard, he kidnaps Jenna with a giant animated flying bird while Wilt Chamberlain sleeps standing up.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are going to be like, the effects are so dated. I love that. It's so
Yeah,
artsy.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's got a real feel to it.
And that particular effect is kind of consistent with
didn't
the
bother
effect of the otherworldly demons that try to take Conan in the first one.
Yeah.
When he's dead.
It feels right for this kind of movie, you know?
It fit in just fine.
So, Tathamon has this, palace made of ice that floats out in the middle of a lake.
He does not look like his comic counterpart, by the way.
I can't remember what
He's
he
got
looked
a
like
hat.
in the comic.
I mean, this guy had a hat, but it's a different hat.
It's a ball cap. He wears it backwards.
He doesn't look like him at all. The hat is totally different.
He's got a
Not the right
segmented
hat.
Hammurabi beard in the comics.
Kelly, I need you to put your glasses up. Yeah.
This guy's very Flash Gordon looking.
Yeah, very Flash Gordon. He's got some,
yeah.
again, very disco-y robes.
He's got gold finger covers.
Yep.
And he sparkles. One thing I really loved about this movie as a kid was the jewels.
Yeah.
I love how Malik's always swallowing gems so he can poop them out later.
Yeah.
Because that's your safest bet.
He's gonna die though.
Probably. He's gonna be messed
stomach
up.
is fucked up.
Like
Yeah.
his intestines, guys.
His shit is so bloody.
shredded.
He just bleeds. He just shits blood
You
nonstop.
You think the pawn shop he takes his jewels to is always pissed off? Like,
They're
quit
like-
bringing me shitty jewels.
They're like, oh, this is a nice emerald. Whoa!
Sorry about that.
Did you shit this out?
I did.
It's like, I don't know why we keep buying jewels from you.
Can I use your bathroom? I'll make it worth your while.
You sound like Jennifer Coolidge right now.
I love trains.
That's Peter Lorre.
It's a Coolidge Lori.
Oh, Conan.
That would be a great improv character. Jennifer Lorre.
Jennifer Lorre.
It's a mashup.
Creepy sidekick
Yeah.
who loves trains. So they go to Tathamon's Crystal Palace, Disney, and and they swim under because it's the only way to get in is to swim under this secret lake.
Sounds like that.
we glossed over
called the
Grace
Ricky
Jones.
Lake.
We glossed over Grace Jones.
When they first go into the village after they have rescued after they've rescued the wizard from the cannibals, fun scene, very Ewok-y.
It is great.
Yeah.
They go into this village and there is a woman tied to a post who has a quarterstaff fighting off a bunch of locals
With nothing but shouts and a stick.
Yeah, and she is bad. This is like one of the most badass female characters prior to. I mean, almost like there's like 20-year gap
Zula
before anybody does anything like this again. And Zula is so cool. And
I feel like
unless you count Ellen Ripley. It's pretty badass.
Wasn't Ellen Ripley before this?
Well, Ellen Ripley was before it, but then
Aliens. Yeah. I mean, like introducing. I guess is what I'm saying.
I get you.
Until you get to like T2.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of it has to do with Grace Jones, though.
Yeah, she sells the hell out of it.
She has such presence. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk about Grace Jones later on because I love her to death.
She's one of the very best things about this movie, and her scene is she was part of a group of marauders that came to this town and killed a bunch of people. And so now they're basically torturing her. And Jenna says to Conan, we can't let this happen. Why don't we do something about this? And Conan goes up and cuts her free. That's the solution. It's like, now you're free. Do your thing.
Well, they're fighting with her, but it's not a fair fight because she's chained to the thing. So he at least just gives her a kind of a fair fight. She doesn't really necessarily rescue her as much as just gives her a chance to
rescue herself.
Which I think she's like kind of respect there.
She's like, who rescued who?
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Yeah. And so perfect casting.
But apparently she fucked up a lot of stuntmen during this scene.
Did she really?
Yeah. That's
She looks like a I mean, there's no doubt she actually is a badass in this film and in real life.
I love when Mombada sends her away and it looks like she's riding off and then she just turns around to get like more speed and comes and jumps on him. That's great.
Yeah, the whole fight sequence is great because every time she passes him, he cuts more of her staff off.
Yeah.
She gets to the point where she just tosses the little piece that's left and she flies off the horse and tackles him and
she does not give a fuck.
Headbutts him because she has that little helmet on.
That would hurt.
I love her and Conan's relationship too. They're like buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just buddies.
Yeah. Oh, this movie is so progressive in so many ways.
No, I agree.
Like shockingly so for the time. Like one, you have this what you think is going to be a sex pot character with the princess, but she's not.
No,
she's a kid who is trying to do the right thing, and
she tries her damnedest to pop her cherry though.
She really does, and the thing is,
which is kind of refreshing.
Although she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, she has no idea.
Right, she's naive. She's 15.
She has a crush. Yeah, she has a crush on Conan.
It's also because he's such a attractive character. She can't help herself.
Yeah, she just got a crush
because he's just has so much presence. Like, ooh,
yeah,
virile.
It's very sweet.
It is sweet because
masculine.
He treats her in a way
he wears
wouldn't
a tiger eye.
Yeah, he's not going to try and tear that ass up.
No, they treat her with some respect.
Yeah,
aww,
yeah,
that's nice. He's like, your ass is fine around me.
Andy said, "There's that shot where they're all together." He's like, "Man, this is a diverse movie."
Yeah.
One of my favorite things from the 80s is ragtag groups.
Yeah.
It was like like the Goonies almost.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, down here it's their time.
Yeah, and also I think it's interesting.
Their time's down
Conan's still totally devoted to Valeria.
Oh yeah,
she's dead. And there's like you were saying that scene where they're hanging around, they're all cut up from combat and everything.
And he's kind of drunk.
He's drunk and they're tending their wounds, and she's asking, "What is Valeria like?" And he says, "You see this woman over here," and he talks about Zula, and there's like so much respect.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so different than
no,
what
it
you
is
expect.
a great. Yeah, because he completely, like you said, he completely respects her, and there's that line later where Jenna's talking to Zula, and she says, "Men seem to like warriors," and she says, "Some of them." And it just gives you the idea. Yeah, some dudes are into this.
Which is interesting because from my understanding, I've never read the books, but like the Conan universe wasn't like that very like misogynistic kind of world or universe, or was it that progressive too?
There were definitely some badass women. There was the Queen of the Black Coast, was like a queen, like a pirate lady,
and Red Sonja.
Yeah,
which we'll talk about next week. Yeah.
So it was kind of almost exactly like what you saw. I mean,
but there was also some stories. There are characters in there, and you don't know if Howard's trying to say anything or not, or if it's just well-written characters that are like, don't trust women.
Yeah.
They're like, women will always cross you type of thing.
Yeah.
Which I could just be... I don't feel like... I didn't get that impression from the writer that he felt that way, but he wrote characters that thought
in that world
from one another.
Yeah, it's in that world. There were definitely a lot of big-tittied sex bots.
Yeah, but there was a lot of refreshing kind of moments. I like the one with Grace Jones where she runs into the mouse.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
I like the look she gives him. She's like, so?
Yeah. She was like a housewife for the 50s, like jumping on a chair.
It's like she's still kind of a fleshed out character, even though she's totally badass.
Yeah. It was like like the Indiana Jones and Snakes kind of thing. Where you're like, he's not scared of anything except for one thing. Yeah. Which I thought was cool. And then after they secure the jewel from Tathamon's palace and defeat him
pretty easily.
From a lizard made of mirrors.
Yeah. He's a mirror. When I was a kid, I always thought that was like a gorilla.
I did too.
And I was scared. It used to scare me.
It's a scary monster.
Does anybody else, when they're going over there to that ice castle and they have to swim under that thing, does anybody else get anxiety when you see scenes where people have to swim in underwater caves?
I was expecting. Yeah,
I was always like,
why was there not a monster there? There should have been like a tentacled monster.
If you want real anxiety, read about the people who really do that and all the deaths.
I can't imagine.
It's horrifying.
Like if you're swimming, there's nothing more terrifying to me than thinking about swimming and not being able to figure out when you get your next breath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm turning around after a couple feet. I'm done.
That's terrifying.
You talking about it is making me
Does anybody else hold their breath during those scenes in movies just to kind of give you an idea, perspective?
See if you could do it.
Yeah. I know somebody who had that. Like this is not a murder, but my former father-in-law's girlfriend's son used to do quarry diving.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they went quarry diving in Dayton, and one of his friends died. And he almost died.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Well, like that mission where those guys went to get their friend's body that died scuba diving, and then they ended up dying too.
I remember they did an episode of Rescue 911 like that.
Yeah.
It was very anxiety-inducing.
Mm-hmm.
Scary shit.
Baywatch used to have quite a few episodes where someone would get stuck in an underwater cave that kept filling up for some reason that defied physics.
They weren't even worried about the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And I don't know why not.
Well, if you were nice to the creature from Black Lagoon, you didn't have anything to worry about.
Or if you were a pretty lady, but we don't know.
Pretty lady.
But what if you're into it?
No, if you're into it, cool.
Yeah.
You know, Shape of Water, but...
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So they travel on to this ancient temple, which Andy pointed out looked like the place from Last Crusade.
A little bit,
where they kept the Holy Grail.
Is that where the stairs are that go in the crazy...
Yeah, it was sort of MC Escher-ish, too.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, and there were a lot of visual references that remind me of a lot of 80s movies.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people who make fantasy and action movies are fans of these
I know
movies.
there's like a lot of like fantasy tropes, but it reminded me of like Dark Crystal. There's like Crawl,
Crawl for
like
sure.
Temple of Doom.
There were only so many people making movies in the 80s.
If I was...
and even there were a lot of visual references to Lord of the Rings, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings kind of
that
borrowed
palace was so pretty. I actually thought it was a painting until you were watching them go up the stairs.
Well, no, I think it was a composite. Like the staircase is real, and then I think everything on the left is a painting.
Okay.
And then the bridge is real, I think.
I
think that's how they put it together.
They did a great job with that.
Yeah, like that's how they used to do those awesome effects.
As an aside, if I was a rapper, I'd call myself MC Escher, and I'd be like, putting stairways on the ceiling because you know I got the feeling.
The feeling for reversey stuff.
Yeah, see?
I could be your hype, man.
You could be the hype.
So they get to the temple, and they meet all these priests who guard the horn. Temple of Doom, not Temple of Doom, but very Last Crusade, almost like the Templar.
Yep.
And it's also the Golden Child too.
Yeah, we were talking about the Golden Child, and
I want the knife.
Real similar. But it's funny because the vizier or whatever he is, the high priest in this scene, looks so much like the one who was back at the palace with the queen. For a minute, I was like, "Is that the same guy?" Because they both look kind of like Christopher Lee.
He was Christopher Lee Light. Yeah.
And that's Andy said that too.
Yeah.
And but it's not. They're two different characters. These guys just guard the horn. So like,
I didn't know there were two different characters who said that.
All you do is guard the horn.
I thought they were the same at first too.
That was so much alike.
I was trying to figure out the plot because it was confusing. Like, why are they trying to backstab him? Because that was the whole point, to kill Conan.
Yeah. Well, no, these are just the priests that guard the horn. So like the horn of what's his name again? Dagoth. I keep wanting to say Dagon. It's very Dagon.
Well, and then when he comes out, he's like very
they call him
Dagon-y.
the sleeping god.
Yeah.
He's sleepy.
Or dreaming.
The dreaming.
Because that's what it said. Because that's what it said in the Scroll of Skittles.
Yeah, they get to the Scroll of
Skittles.
Skittles.
Well, and this is this is a place where Lovecraft and Howard intersect.
Yeah. They get to the chamber with the horn amongst many booby traps and such.
Booby traps.
Really cute scene where they lift a portcullis and Malik's like, "Here, let me help."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Rawr."
Well, they make him help at first. He's like, "Can you get under there?" He's like, "I don't want to."
Oh, they make him find the lock to hold it open.
Yeah.
And you see how heavy this thing, and it's Conan does this. Him and Boombata move this portcullis up.
God,
and
his
later,
arms just bulge.
You see like 20 of the guards that guard this horn try to lift that same gate, and they can't do it until the wizard comes and uses magic to do it. So it tells you Conan is exceptional.
And then there's a wizard fight.
There is a wizard fight, but
I love wizards.
Not until after the wizard reads. What's the character's name again?
Oh,
Akira
reads the Scroll of Skelos
and figures out that some double crossing's about to happen.
This actually, for any gamer, for any old school gamers, I know DZ knows this game. This reminds me a lot of Steve Jackson's pocket games, Wizard and Melee, where you can play both warriors and wizards in an arena setting. And there's a lot of fighting and magic. You can disbelieve illusions. I was like, when they were fighting the lizard man, I was like, disbelieve him. He's probably an illusion. If you can roll your intelligence and disbelieve, he'll just disappear. Yeah. But he didn't.
I've not heard of that
fucking
one.
nerd.
They're so great.
The latest Conan board game by I think it's Monolith, and it's. Oh, that's not the right company. I can find out later, but it is fantastic. You would really like it. It's pretty deep, but
Did you mean to say Hasbro?
It's not Hasbro.
I'm gonna try. I gotta find Wizard and Melee. My brother had a box set, and it's somewhere.
Okay,
we're gonna play it. So it's easy and fun.
Okay, this one's not easy, but it's really cool. So
what a slutty game!
Is it fun?
Yeah,
super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Don't threaten it with a good time. So, in the Scrolls of Skelos, which, were they really scrolls? It almost looked like they were carved into the wall.
Well, I think that was like a reproduction. I think they said that those guys had carved from the Scroll of Skelos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Oh, I don't know. That was the impression I got.
So, he says, okay, this isn't going to go well. We shouldn't take this horn at all.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. And no one listens because Conan's like, I need to get Valeria. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah.
And they take the horn, they kill a bunch of the priests, they get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And the place is kind of like closing in on them somewhat with all these priests coming at them, and this gateway is closing down, this big froggy mouth thing. That was really cool.
And then M'Baku? Nope, that's from Black Panther. M'Bata.
Oh, you is racist.
Handsome.
The names are similar, you fuckface.
He tells her, "Come on,
he's like, come on, princess, hurry!" And then he fucking collapses the tunnel, so Conan and his misfits get stuck.
Yeah, because he's like, "Fuck him! I'm gonna get you back and get this mission done."
You got that sweet virginity still? Let's do this.
And then Conan realizes, oh, she was fucking lying.
Yep, and he goes after them.
Yep,
and Boombata's like, "It's not her fault. It wasn't her order to do this." So he's like, okay. And then Conan pieces together
the evil queen.
That the evil queen was never going to honor the deal. So they go back to the palace. I can't remember. They separate at this point. Did Boombata take Jenna?
Yeah, he's got her there. But they get back to the palace just in time for the ritual where they're waking up the sleeping god.
Yeah, were they there together?
That's when I went night-night.
Yeah,
Good morning, sunshine. It's time to get up. I got
Come on, take off.
So they put the horn in, and it turns into this really, again, I thought very scary when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Monster.
It's kind of scary.
It's a Lovecrafty monster.
It's very Lovecrafty, but it's kind of cute the way it swats at things with its flipper
I got big hands.
Yeah.
I can't pick things up.
Yeah.
There's something
I'm still
about
kind of asleep.
The statue becoming real. That's always it's like a Twilight Zone mannequin to life kind of thing.
If you know,
it's a creepy notion too.
If you can use your imagination to enhance the effect, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty creepy when he first turns. He's still a statue.
Yeah.
The start of it, I thought, was fantastic, but unfortunately, it starts to get more melty than moving correctly.
Well, when he starts slapping lightning bolts around the room and stuff, it's kind of funny.
Did I read correctly in the trivia on IMDb that Andre the Giant was did something in this movie?
I was wondering what about the wrestler in the mirror room, because that's definitely a wrestler style.
Well, maybe that was Andre the Giant then.
No,
he was too small.
You don't think so?
I mean, he
was bigger than Conan,
but he wasn't like
I'm looking it up. Don't
bulky
worry.
like Andre the Giant.
Bulky Baltarkamus.
But he might have been. Yeah,
he was Dagoth, is what it says.
Yeah, he's the resurrected horn giant.
So that was Andre the Giant flipper flopping around. Those giant flippers.
That makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
I wonder if that's in that new biography about him.
Yeah, the HBO one. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't either.
Everybody says it's great.
Yeah.
So what happens? He flippy floppies. Does he kill some folks?
Zula has a great moment where they're about to sacrifice Jenna, and she fucking chucks that quarterstaff like a lightning bolt.
Where does she
javelin.
keep getting them?
I don't know. She makes them. They're wood.
She keeps them.
They went through the woods.
She's wearing nothing. So where is she keeping them?
I guess you're right.
And she spears the Grand Vizier right before he's about to kill her. It's an awesome moment.
Yeah.
Then the horned god impales the queen.
Ooh, he does.
With his horn?
And it's like she has an orgasm.
With his lower horn.
But she's like,
from Futurama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Real gross.
Yeah.
Great.
And she's like,
she's dead. Does that mean Jenna becomes queen?
And then, she
Jenna
does.
becomes queen. She basically has like a Wizard of Oz moment.
Yeah, or a New Hope even.
Or a New Hope, yeah.
With a little both.
Yeah, because she's like, I grant you this. Yeah. I need me a court fool.
Well, hold up. We got Conan has to tear the horn out.
Can you just fucking slow your fucking roll?
One of the best moments in the movie, Conan climbs on its back when they realize nothing will kill it. And then Akira
Yeah.
says, the horn, you got to tear the horn out. He's like, all right, I can do that. It's this disgusting, sinewy, just
drippy.
It's one of my favorite gore effects, if you can call it that, ever. Nerve endings hanging out of it.
This always happens every time a group tries to summon like a Lovecraftian god. Yeah. They think it's going to be awesome. They're like, I can't wait to worship. And then it just comes out and kills everything. They're like, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah. And then you get your New Hope scene, kind of, the Wizard of Oz moment.
So who becomes the new court jester? Fool?
Malik becomes the fool.
That's an awful reward.
Yeah. She's like, you're a dumbass. Why don't you hang around?
Does he get jewels? Is somebody going to heal his bottom?
I read somewhere once they said
put some salve on it.
Some salve.
Being a ointment fool was one of the greatest jobs you could have because you were one of the few people that could just be themselves.
Yeah.
In all of the whole kingdom.
Well, not according to Game of Thrones, because a lot of fools got,
That's
off
true.
in that.
I pity those fools.
Yeah. But Conan, she offers Conan, he's like, fuck all this, I gotta go. But Zula becomes captain of the guard.
And she has pigtails?
Yeah.
She's rocking
But
some
I
pigtails.
love this moment. She gives Conan a look, saying, is it okay to go?
They each do.
Yeah.
And then Akira becomes the advisor to the queen.
Yeah.
And you get your standard right off into the sunset and Conan on his throne. Mm-hmm. As you will see in the next film, Conan the Conqueror in 1987, which didn't get made.
No.
Oh.
And neither has King Conan, which was like...
Well, they're still supposedly making that one.
Yeah, I hope
Supposed
so.
Supposed to.
They're not going to name a movie King Conan.
You don't think so?
No, because they never title things right. They don't. They underestimate people. I agree.
Yeah.
That's the working title. I know it is, but I guarantee when it gets distribution, they're going to change the name, if it even does. They're going to call it Conan the Barbarian. King Conan is what they'll do, because they want that fucking name recognition. They don't ever title shit right.
I'm sorry.
So,
Sorry that happened to you.
has anybody played Conan Exiles yet? Or do you know about it?
I don't really game like that.
I don't either.
What kind of game is it?
It's,
Do you know what you do in it?
It's like a fortress building game.
Yeah, but you also have fighting.
But you're defending your fortress.
And how you build your army is by taking slaves from other tribes.
Oh, that's fun.
And you put them on the wheel of pain.
That's not problematic at all.
Them.
Oh, so Conan is like an abused child that grows up to abuse his own children?
No, you're not Conan.
You're not Conan. You're in the world of Conan. And you have to, there's all the gods. You have to raise the gods. Just like they did in this movie.
What method do you play this game? Is it a video game? A board game? Video game?
I can't tell if it's if it's supposed to be a massively multiplayer game where you're playing real people.
It has both. It has a single player mode and a multiplayer. And I think they've been comparing it to Ark Encounter, which I never played.
You mean the Ark Encounter down in Kentucky?
Or Ark. Is that what it's called? With that video game. I don't know. But anyways, I thought I should mention it because it's Conan and it's fresh.
Fresh.
Just came out.
Hot, fresh Conan.
Some fantastic Conan board games out there. That's all I can say.
I'm about it. I'm
some fun video games, too, over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back next week with Red Sonja.
The reddest of Sonjas.
But this had a much lighter feel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There were no tits.
No, there were no tits.
It was just fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was
That's
just
the problem I had
goofy.
with the first one. It was a little too long, and it lingered too much. I know that was the point, to let you drink in the movie, but I'm just lazy.
Andy wasn't thirsty.
I like seeing, like, again, they give you little glimpses into him as a person. I like drunk Conan talking about Valeria and showing Jenna how to, like, when he tries to show her how to use the sword. There's a great moment where Zool is trying to show her how to use the staff, and then he's like, use all your weapon, and he kind of like tries to have her pick it up, and she can't.
He's like, just pick it up and wing it around your head a few times.
I'll pick it up and help you, and he's like, there you go, just do that if anyone attacks you.
She's like, she can't even fucking hold it.
That's real cute.
Ridiculous. Conan.
So
such a badass.
This is finally I got like a modicum of acting talent from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he was a little bit more charisma for me.
The first one felt like they were like, Conan, pretend like you just smelled a fart, and that's his look.
I'm sure.
Smell the fart acting.
Yeah, that was a lot of
I
fart
like his acting. Just
this
fine
one
in the
was
first
fun.
one.
I thought he was kind of showing off some comedy chops on this one too.
Yeah.
And
Chop.
And this one had Grace Jones in it, who I love.
She's just say, her face, man.
She's
good.
Intense.
You know
She's
how
intense.
you know how Kelley always says IDWIW.
Yeah.
She is that.
She is the embodiment
degree.
of that. Yeah. She's like the goddess of IDWIW.
Yeah.
And she started. She had a role in Boomerang, which is also one of my favorite movies ever.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Strange, the character. She's like, that's one of my favorite characters, right up with like Steel Magnolia's chicks as female characters for me.
Yeah.
I love her so much in that. What she's talking about, you who can say no to a pussy like this?
I do remember that. I need to go back and watch that one.
And he, like, Eddie Murphy's tries to tell her that he's gay to get her off his tail, and she's like, you're not gay, you just don't know how to fuck.
Jesus Christ.
That's just one of my favorite scenes.
She's aggressive
in movie history.
There's a documentary coming out about Grace Jones sometime in the next couple of months, I think.
Is it called Fall from Grace?
Is she not alive anymore?
No, she's alive.
Yeah, she's alive.
And she's still performing concerts. She has if you ever heard music, she has a great voice, and she has one of the best songs, one of the best odes to butt sex ever. Mm-hmm. she has a song called "Pull Up to the Bumper," which is not, it's obviously about butt fucking.
I love it. I love butt fucking. I can't wait to hear this song.
No, the lyrics are pull up to the bumper, baby, in your long black limousine. Pull up to the bumper, baby, drive it in between. It is so much fun.
Or it's about the rock and roller coaster.
Could be about Doggy Style.
Right.
But I'll have to hear the lyrics to look for more clues. Speaking of Grace, if you're a local person, Grace of India Indian restaurant, really good.
Oh, I've been wanting to know.
It's literally 2 minutes from here.
And they deliver.
No.
There's lunch, y'all.
They deliver. It's
I'm not.
really good.
We just had a huge breakfast.
Yeah, Freddie, get it
Gross.
together.
I'm ready for a huge lunch.
Huge.
All right. Well, as always, at the end of the show, we.
Oh, do you want to do a question?
I can. What if I just pick one randomly? Random
Freddie's going to
question?
ask us a question.
If you could have
Sorry,
any view
Beelzebubs.
from your back porch, what would it be?
A long black limousine.
What did you just say?
I said a long black limousine.
Amy wants to see BBC out the BW.
In the morning, she just opens her drapes like,
I would like to see
BBC.
tambourines and elephants playing in the band
Yeah,
when I look out my back
Oh, I have
door.
mine.
Oh, that's the Creedence Clearwater song.
Thank you.
I like the view from my back deck as it is. It's pretty. There's trees.
The ocean, man. I would love to have
Oh,
the
the ocean, sure.
Disney World.
Yeah, it is. It's Typhoon Lagoon. I'm currently trying to think how a poor man recreates Typhoon Lagoon Trader Sam's mashup for my backyard. So that's what I want.
2
Tiki room. All those things.
2 shots of rum.
Mm-hmm.
Andy?
But it's like a nice sunset. I mean, sunrise.
One or the other, Andy.
A sunrise, both.
Okay. You can't.
A sun.
It's his
Something
fantasy.
sunny.
He can have
All right.
a sunrise,
I-
sunset.
Yeah, I'm going very basic. I just like a nice sun.
Do you know what mine
Whether
is?
it's setting or rising.
You're a nice son.
Oh, thank you.
Kelly, if MC Escher answered this question, he would say he would like the view from his back door to be his front yard.
That's right.
Bring it back to
Can I say mine?
Yes, please.
The Seven Seas Lagoon. Seeing the Magic Kingdom, the Polynesian, and from my back porch.
And I get in the castle,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the monorail going by.
senses.
From the boat, from the Disney
Yeah.
fantasy.
I guess I would also say I'd like maybe a lake with a lake monster in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely a lake
And
monster.
like I could go out and have my my iced chai latte in the morning,
Like interlocking.
and then like I could just sit down and then
Inverness.
watch it's like Inverness.
Is
and
it
its head
waving
can
at
come
you?
up.
Is it waving at you?
Well,
Like,
its
good
head
morning,
comes
Kelly.
up. No, it's not
Is it
like
poking at you, poking
It's
at
a
you?
monster.
Oh, it's not friendly monster.
I mean, it's like an animal that lives in the water and
some kind of monster.
some kind of monster.
We were at
Metallica.
when we were at the Asian Food Fest. There was a tea booth.
Mm-hmm.
Wendigo teas.
Ooh, I wouldn't drink that. It makes you cannibal.
Mike got some Bigfoot tea, and there's a Nessie tea.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they had a Wendigo tea.
Local tea
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
His name was Sky.
Yep. And you can get tea.
It's actually the rapper T.I.
You can get tea around here in Cincinnati. So I'll be back with a review of his Bigfoot tea.
And he told you how to make a bourbon.
Yes, a bourbon infused tea. I'm
Yeah.
very excited to try this.
Or a tea infused bourbon.
I need regular names in my tea cellars. I'm sorry.
His dog was cute, and his dog was named Prince.
Prince.
Oh, there's also make it full circle. A tea, true crime, and ice cold blood, but that's an
Is
oxygen.
it an iced tea?
right? And it's iced tea hosted. It's pretty
Oh,
great.
right.
Yeah.
Everything got too twisty for me there.
Yeah,
My brain
it
couldn't
got
handle
scary.
it.
Oh.
You got
Tea,
Escher. It's like
true
Escher.
crime. Iced tea, true crime.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Twisted
tell us
tea.
our patrons. Our
All right. Every show we talk about our Beelzebubs on our Patreon page, patreon.com/NOTLP. Just as a reminder, if you want to support the show, let's start with Mandy.
Mandy had opened the door to her trailer only to find a grisly discovery.
Zach.
Zach didn't know the marriage was actually falling apart and she had run up her credit card bills.
Jeremy and Cassie.
Jeremy and Cassie seemed happy.
Adam.
Adam was cool and calm and collected on the outside, but inside he was freaking out.
Brooke.
Brooke killed dozens of people.
Ernest.
Ernie is a dangerous man, but nobody knew until they tested his temperament.
Albert.
Albert's got a crawl space full of Boy Scouts.
Tree and Alex.
Tree and Alex are the most mysterious of all. Are they angels from another world? Did they build the pyramids?
Brandon Boone.
Brandon Boone is also a psycho killer. He has killed so many people, pimps, hoes, ups and downsies. He's killed lots of downsies.
Bill.
Bill is full of bullets.
Blake.
I found Blake's head in a refrigerator. It was a gruesome discovery.
Mark.
Mark is he's abusing animals, which is one of the warning signs that he would become a future parent.
And happy birthday, Mark. You had a birthday.
Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday.
Mikey P.
Mikey P. Mikey P pees on people.
I think the wheels are about to come off.
No, you can do it.
Elise.
Elise has been slashing eyebrows off of people and collecting them in a cigar box with also IDs and passports. And she had to be extradited by the federales.
I seen it.
Amanda, don't be fooled by this beauty. She's a black widow.
And Jimmy. Jimmy B.
Jimmy B.
Sorry.
Jimmy B. Oh, did they know that Jimmy B had a sex dungeon? They would find out soon enough.
All right, everybody.
Oh, great one.
Freddie.
Nicely
That was
done.
an ice cold blood.
No, I'm
love
gonna
you.
I'm gonna shout out a profession now, Freddie.
Profession.
He's good at improv.
A location and a type of bird.
Mikey B's freezer.
A profession.
Chopped up body parts.
That's not a profession.
It is if you're the body parts.
That's what I do.
Next week, Mikey B is going to talk about mom and dad.
We're all gonna talk.
We're all going to talk about mom and dad. Red Sonja, and other fun and excitement. You guys go hug a mother.
Hug a mother.
Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Bye. Give me love.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed.